Hi, everybody. Welcome to High Grief Support Network. So I'm here in Tacoma, Washington, and I've started this grief support network because I lost my son, Bennett Ellefson, to a fentanyl overdose, September 19, 2023. And what I've come to realize is that there really isn't any support locally for grief support, and particularly for fentanyl. And so I'm just hoping that I can get you guys to join me. I know I'm not the only one affected by this in Tacoma. I've been working in the substance use disorder field for a while now. And I honestly had to quit my job because I started going through the anger phase. So, anyways, I just want to say that I think I've secured a physical location. Weekly, eventually, once I get it, the space ready to share, we'll be able to be in person, and then I'll still offer the Zoom. I have a couple of surprises. I have a couple of friends that I'm going to invite, and they've got some great things going on, and so they're willing to collaborate with me. So I'm super excited about that. And then I want to, let me see here. I'm just going to share my screen because I just thought, since nobody did show up today, we'll just go ahead and go through the 5 stages of grief. So, denial, what it entails, difficulty accepting the loss, feeling numb or in disbelief. So suggestions for this is to allow yourself to sit with your feelings, journal about your experience, or talk with trusted person. So now I've heard about this journaling thing pretty much my whole entire life. And if you're kind of like me, I'm one of those people that looks at things and says, oh, I understand that. I know how to do that. Therefore, I don't have to practice it. Well, so I basically know nothing about journaling. It's the practical application. So, just to say this in the nicest way possible, sometimes don't be such a smarty pants like me. So, yeah, it took me many years to figure out I really didn't know too much about too much. Anyways, on we go. Anger, what it entails: frustration, resentment, or feeling abandoned by others or circumstances. So suggestions: channel anger into physical activity, creative expression, and it helps to release tension. Um, Obviously, creative expression, and I'm sure you guys have seen some of the reels I've made. No, I'm not losing my mind. I'm just very creative. Bargaining, what it entails, dwelling on what if scenarios, or attempts to negotiate with a higher power or fate. Suggestions: practice mindfulness to bring focus to present moments and break a cyclical thoughts. So use those CBT skills, right? Cognitive behavioral therapy. Heavy equipment, use it. You can control your thoughts. It just takes time, effort, and practice. It's like you go to the gym and you work your body out, right? Well, you have to go to you have to go to the brain gym, and you have to do those little curls with, all those little thoughts. You know, when you start having those negative thoughts, you got to push those out and bring in those happy thoughts. So, and I'm much better at it than I ever used to be. Yeah, and when people say, "Oh, you're so nice," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm really not." It takes me a lot of work. uh Depression, what it entails: deep sadness, withdrawal, or feeling lost. Suggestions: prioritize self-care, seek professional help if needed, and connect with support groups. Some people find when they have these kinds of things happen, they start developing symptoms that they need to have medication for, or whatever it is. So make sure you reach out. And we're not meant to deal with this kind of stuff by ourselves. We have to have community. So acceptance, finding peace with the loss, and starting to rebuild life around it. And that's kind of what I'm doing for myself. I've experienced a great deal of loss over the years, but it's been the loss of my son that I think I'm a different person, and I'm navigating into that new me. And and I want people to be aware that when we start changing, it affects all our relationships, and everybody around us is a little off kilter too, because I'm different now, and their responses are no longer working anymore. And so now they're trying to figure out how to respond to us because we're a different us now. At least that's kind of some of my experience. Anyways, so I'm here to validate grief, okay? I don't care what kind of grief you have. If it's loss of a job, a family member, I really don't care. We're here to support. And yeah, so grief needs acknowledgement to heal. If you feel your grief is dismissed or invalidated, it is essential to recognize that any loss that feels significant to you is valid. So grief is not a competition, and its impact is it's not measured by other standards. And those are the references. And I just wanted, this was kind of like my closing thought was, grief is universal, yet it's deeply personal. Whether through understanding its stages or embracing Hygge's warmth, the journey through the loss can find its own healing rhythm. Um, and just think about rhythm, because that might have something to do with the surprise visit of a friend I might be having come on board soon. So I'm super excited about that. Let me quit sharing my screen here. So I just hope that you guys start joining me, and the space I'm going to create for us is going to be super high and zen. Okay, see you later.